Hi, everybody. I'm David Asman. Thanks for joining us. Kicking off tonight, President Obama told us that the bailouts have ended, but the fact is they never really stopped. Taxpayer bailouts of rich folks keep making the rich richer and the poor poorer. The bad loans at Fannie and Freddie could now cost taxpayers twice what we once thought they would, to well over $300 billion. Now remember, it was under President Obama's watch that these chronically mismanaged institutions were completely taken over by the government, instead of being broken up and sold off, which is what should have happened to them long ago. And then there are the real beltway bandits, as we call them, the folks who actually engage in behavior that amounts to bribery to get their taxpayer-supported bailouts. Folks like Angelo Mazzillo, the former head of Countrywide, who was the biggest customer of Fannie and Freddie, selling billions of bad mortgages to them. The same politicians who were covering up for Fannie and Freddie mismanagement allowed Mazzillo to unload billions of these bad mortgages to taxpayers. And it may have been because many of them were getting special mortgage deals from Mazzillo. This included Senator Chris Dodd, who got a special deal on his own personal mortgage from Countrywide, and then went on to write a $300 billion housing bailout that allowed Countrywide to offload some of its worst loans over to the government. And Mr. Mazzillo is now paying a huge fine to the SEC, and he is still liable for criminal prosecution. But he's still sitting pretty with millions of dollars thanks to his friends in government. As for Chris Dodd, well, he had to pull out of his bid for re-election, it's true, because of the Countrywide scandal. But the Senate pretty much whitewashed his record of involvement with Mazzillo and Countrywide, and that's probably because some of the whitewashers in the Senate were also guilty of the same thing. Congressman Darrell Issa reviewed Countrywide documents and found that 30 senators or Senate employees who received special Countrywide VIP loans actually were involved in crafting the bailout for Countrywide. So when politicians tell you that the bailouts are over, don't believe them. The bailouts are not over. We are still paying for a beltway mentality that allows the rich to get richer because of inside deals based on political cronyism. That's what happens when the government gets its dirty mitts on the private sector. And that's why the government has to get out of the private sector. Now, in just 10 days, voters are going to get their chance